What's going on, people? It's Ahmed back again with another episode for On the Spot. And yes, people, football is back. Football is back in England. We're finally going to play it. For all the people who stuck out Bundesliga football, congrats. For people like myself who watched one game or just dying for the Premier League to return, I'm sure you're excited as I am. As well as with the Premier League, the Championship's returning, and I think League One's returning, and now League Two has also confirmed they're returning. So that means all the top flight leagues in England, as you will, are returning. So this puts the National League, as the title reads, in a very, very difficult position. The National League's back in March voted to have a null and void season because they thought with the coronavirus, football's not going to return this anytime soon. So let's just null and void the season. That got a lot of teams mad. The ones who are pushing for, say, for example, promotion or winning the league. Obviously, they felt all their efforts were done for nothing, and people around it, whether the players and whether the staff, felt it was a bit of a bad decision, to be honest, from the FA and people around it. Teams who were probably going to get relegated were probably like, yes, get in with another season of National League football, because of course they were allowed to stay in because of the null and void season. However, it's kind of had to do a U-turn all of a sudden because of the top leagues returning back to old form. It kind of means the National League now has to decide on what it has to do, because as well, it's a domino effect. So whatever happens in League 2, there's some teams that will have to, hopefully, I think, fall into the National League. So the teams as well in the National League will have to go up and go for playoffs and all this other stuff, all this stuff that usually runs in football, but obviously due to coronavirus, we haven't seen it. So now they've come up with a new conclusion. That being to vote on ending season using points per game. So this is using points per game is just basically where they all calculate it, see how many people got wins and stuff like that. It was something that the Premier League suggested early on in the stage. However, due to fans, due to everyone criticising them, they of course thought, right, we'll try and get football back as soon as possible, and now we're going to end up with this football behind closed doors. The National League, unfortunately, I don't think it's a financial option, really, because of course with the Prem, everyone watches the Prem, and even you can argue that right down to League 2, they'll still make money off TV revenue and stuff like that, so people will still be watching. However, with the National League, it's a bit different. I think the only broadcaster is really BT, and they only broadcast a handful of games, so they're not really gonna spend all that money on something that not a lot of people are gonna watch. It's just to have to face facts. So this is their new system, and it's got a lot of teams mad, I'll be honest, because in the South, it was very close down in the South, the National League South. So a lot of teams down there are saying, well, hold on. If we got to play out the season, we think we could have won, or we could have fought for promotion. So now they're in this difficult dilemma. I don't know if the whole votes have gone through. I'll link the article down below. I haven't heard much news about it yet. The article is dated from 13th of June 2020, so 2 days ago, unless they managed to come to a conclusion at 2 days. But I think it's going to be very stalemate. I feel like a lot of teams are going to complain if this goes through, because then it's just unfair on teams that feel like, yeah, we could have pushed for promotion, or we could have pushed for a higher position if we were to finish the season, such as the Premier League, Championship, League 1 and League 2 were. Now, it's going to be difficult for them going forward, but we'll have to see how it is. Anyway, it's been Ahmed for On The Spot. Just thought I'd bring you this quick news title, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Like, subscribe and share, and see you guys soon.